Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo. And we're here today on the final day of the Overwatch Open Beta. That's it, last day, people. But then we've only got a couple weeks and Overwatch will be here to stay. Cannot wait for that. And I got a bit of a game discussion for you guys. Very much inspired and also sort of Overwatch themed. Although we're going to be talking a lot about competitive multiplayer or simply multiplayer PvP experiences in general. If you want to talk about something like Battlefield, Halo, Call of Duty, Overwatch, these are the things we're going to be talking about today. And specifically, how these games and teamwork are influenced by playing alone. While also talking about the idea of a team play initiative and like what should developers have, what should they focus on in their team play initiatives. So there's a lot of people out there who would mark a game like Overwatch, Call of Duty, Halo, all of the multiplayer components of all of these games, Battleborn, you know, Lawbreakers when it comes out, whatever. They would say that there's one bad thing about these games, and that's when you play alone, you always get trashed. Well, I don't think it's fair to say that that's a bad thing. You know, you can't blame a team-based shooter for not letting you have the same quality experience alone that you would have if you played with a team. That's kind of the point. You can't really knock the game in that direct respect. You can't blame Overwatch because you decide to play it alone all the time. It's not the game's fault. Like, there are great people out there. Find a group of people, play with them. You know, there are gaming communities all over the internet, some really fantastic ones, including one called PRAXUS, which I happen to be a part of. It's an 18+ organization. If you guys are interested in it, I will have a link down in the description below. But seriously, like, find a group of friends, start playing these games with other people. I know some people just like to play alone, but if you like to play alone, which, you know, I do too, I solo queued for pretty much 99% of my time in the Overwatch closed beta and open beta. You know, you can't expect to have the same quality teamwork experiences that you would have if you actually played with a communicative team. It's just not going to happen, and you can't mark the game down for that. So that's that, right? But there's a bigger element to it, because there is something that we can criticize the developer for, and that is what a lot of people have started calling a team play initiative. Luton is a big advocate for this in Battlefield, the idea that certain things should be added or removed to the Battlefield experience to ensure that there is more of a focus on persuading and enticing the player to actually participate in the, you know, straight up objective to help their teammates. Now, I think a developer can only do so much in that regard. You know, like, they can only give the player so many tools and so many things to say, hey, play with your teammates, before, you know, the person could potentially become distracted. I think the element that we have to focus on more is what developers shouldn't be putting in their games, what they shouldn't be doing. And this is where my side of the coin for what I like to see in a team play initiative comes from. This very much ties in with that whole progression system discussion I had not too recently. It's the idea that developers are giving us all of these challenges, these very specific goals to complete while we're playing a game. Battlefield was notorious for this, like, get this many knife kills, get this many headshots with this gun, or get many kills with this role. So people get really caught up once they've kind of plateaued in their experience with Battlefield. They're no longer playing the game really for enjoyment, and they're like, okay, what's next? Oh, I've got these challenges to complete. Well, that absolutely annihilates the teamwork element of Battlefield, because now you have people who don't care about the objective. They don't care about reviving their teammates or throwing down medic kits or throwing down ammo. All they care about is getting 50 knife tags so they can unlock the next dog tag or complete the next challenge. It's challenges like that that need to go. They need to disappear. And this is where the Overwatch bit comes into play, because Overwatch has gone above and beyond to ensure that the game doesn't do things like that, that players are not ever asked to take their attention away from the main objective, which is helping their team win, to complete some other objective to unlock some sort of reward. All of the rewards in the game can be unlocked, you know, via just simply leveling up. The only thing they even have close to a specific type, you know, goal system is a set of achievements. But these achievements work more like achievements in World of Warcraft do, where they're just kind of milestones. They just happen. You don't actually look at those achievements and strive for them, because all they're going to unlock is a player icon. You just kind of let them flow in the background. Oh, look, I happen to do this with Reaper this many times. That's cool. You know, there's nothing shoving it in your face. It's not right in front of you. The developers aren't advertising it like, hey, here's the weekly achievement. Try and unlock it and not help your team. Like, they're not making a push for that. They're making a push to ensure that players aren't distracted from the main objective, which again is playing as a team and winning the match, whatever that takes. And that's wonderful. And I want to see more games focus on a team play initiative like that. Like I said, you can provide the player with so many tools to work as a team when they're playing alone, but it's more important that you're not providing those false challenges, those challenges that can pull their attention away from the core objective. That's really what genuinely matters to me. And I think we're seeing a resurgence in that, a resurgence in sort of going back to the basics of how we reward players in games. Like, yes, we still want to have cosmetic unlocks and things like that, but what should really be the reward? And this is very much what I talked about a couple weeks ago with my FPS progression video. The gameplay should be the friggin' reward. Playing as a team, participating, cooperating with a group of randoms or with a group of friends should be the reward. That should be the direct, first and foremost piece of satisfaction that you get from playing a game like Overwatch or Battlefield. That's what we need to see pushing forward. And I'm very happy to say that I think a lot of developers are recognizing that, Cosmetics are becoming more and more of just sort of passive unlocks. Hey, I hit a level, here's a loot crate. I'm okay with those things. And I like that they're also keeping it to cosmetics, because once you start, giving the player like, oh, hey, when you reach level 50, you'll unlock this cool gun. Again, there's a really big strive to earn as much XP as possible. And if the most XP in that game is earned by simply killing this many people, then people are just going to go out and start slaying people. They're not going to focus on the objective because all they care about is getting 50 kills. Call of Duty really is notorious for this. I'd like to say also to that game's defense that I don't think it influences Call of Duty as negatively as it could influence a game like Battlefield or Overwatch. But Call of Duty kind of started it. Modern Warfare, the original, was like, hey, get 1,000 headshots with this sniper rifle and you'll get Red Tiger camo. And you're like, yeah, man, that sounds awesome. So what did you do? You ran around with a sniper rifle and you just waited for people to stand still so you could get headshots. Meanwhile, your team is losing either the objective or they're getting destroyed in team deathmatch because you're not getting enough kills to the amount of deaths that you're having, And that system kind of just, kept enveloping, and they kept doing it, and other people saw it as being cool. And a lot of you guys wanted me to talk about some of the negative influences that, Call of Duty's had over the years. And again, it's not a negative influence. It's just what made sense to a lot of developers at the time. And I would say that no one really recognized the potentially negative influence it was having on team-based experiences for, several years before games like Battlefield 3 started doing unlock systems and challenges that, again, were really pulling players away from the core objective in a match, which is to help their team. It was asking them to do all these other things, and they were getting way caught up in it. That's the kind of stuff I want to see go away in Battlefield 1. I hope they recognize that. It doesn't seem like they're going to learn their lesson in that respect. It doesn't seem like they're going to learn their lesson in the respect of giving us free maps. But, I guess maybe one day they'll catch up to the rest of the crowd. I just want to say that I'm very happy that Blizzard is at the forefront of recognizing how important that is. Jeff Kaplan talked numerous times about why they redid the unlock system time and time again. And again, the main purpose of getting the unlock system to where it is right now in Overwatch was to avoid distracting players from the core objective, which is working as a team. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what the hell I expect in a proper team play initiative from a developer, and that's what I expect from all of these competitive multiplayer experiences going forward. I'm okay with playing alone. I recognize that I will never have the same experience playing alone that I could have playing with a group of friends, but when I do play alone, I don't want to have that one guy on my team who's playing Reaper, trying to land, double kill headshots with his shotguns, because that means he's going to get a really cool skin. Let me know what you guys think. What is most important to you in a team play initiative? What elements do you like to see added to a game to help influence teamwork and cooperation amongst randoms as well as amongst teammates? There's no denying that even when playing with friends, if you have someone who's really keen on unlocking that camo for that sniper rifle, it doesn't really matter how good of buds you are. Chances are he's going to let you lose the match because he wants to get that Red Tiger camo. We've all been there. We've all done that. Everyone remembers Call of Duty 4 M40 with the Red Tiger camo. Anything else from me, guys? Throw it down in the comment section below. Once again, I ask you strongly, if you're there and you're alone on the internet, you have no one to play with. Your friends in real life, they don't play video games, or they don't understand your passion for Overwatch. Please come join us at PRAXUS. We are welcoming. We will greet you with open arms and really possibly adult-themed jokes. 18 plus, please. Check the link down below in the description. Hit us up with an application, and maybe I'll see you there.